Hey guys, and how's it going? So in the last video I said I was going to the train store and we got a whole bunch of stuff there. We went today earlier, just got home with pretty much everything, or with everything that um, we got there. And I'm going to start off by showing all the stuff that I got. All my brother's stuff is over there. And I'm going to start with the N-scale stuff. So this this hobby store that we went to, they've got a YouTube channel. It's Caboose Stop Hobbies. Look them up on YouTube. You can order anything from them that you see in the videos, or you can go to their store, um, and I think you can custom, or you can order something and it'll be shipped from them to anywhere you want. So the first thing I'm going to show is, so they had this. This is a Atlas, I guess. It's some sort of diesel. It's C-liner maybe, but it's one of those ones where it's got 3 sets of wheels in the back, 2 in the front, and it's a very strange drive system. Front wheel drive. The back, those kind of roller things are the pickups, I would think. I haven't tested really any of these, except for at the store she tested this one, which is a Mahano 2 or 464, which is a really nice, a very heavy engine too. I'm surprised. But getting back to the N-scale stuff, this thing, these were all pretty cheap, except for the Mahano. That was $40, but it runs so nicely, and that was really cheap. And I don't know if it runs $5. It's a C-liner Santa Fe. So then the next one is this. It's a Mahano. I never realized that Mahano made N-scale stuff. So this is an Alco FA one, I think. But rear wheel drive, it's a neat thing. It's in good shape too, except for the whistles, or the horns are gone. So that one will be interesting to see. Amtrak F40PH, it's a lifelike. That one's really nice. A Model Power RSD15, I think. Should say. Yeah, RSD15. As I never knew. I thought that they made, what was it? I think SD40s that had the really long nose on them, but that one's even longer. So that one, it says it needs work on the tag, so I'm not really sure. And then the last N-scale engine is this. It's a Revell, which is cool. Little 060 tender engine. So that one will be interesting to see. And then over here, starting with HO stuff, there is some sort of motorized crane. I think it drives, and I think the crane does move around. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure who makes it. I haven't taken any of the things out of the bag really. But there were 2 of them, so there's that one and the yellow one over there. And then there's just a bunch of random parts, a lot of Tyco stuff, wheels, couplers, steam engine parts that I'm going to try and use. And then a bunch of lights with the sockets and all the wires. Those are pretty cheap as well. And then some more, only got a few freight cars, so there's this, which is a little HO, some sort of custom freight car. I'm not really sure who made it. It's got a metal coupler on it, but it's really neat, and it is HO. And then there's this, I think it's an American Flyer, track cleaning car. So that's really interesting as well. And then a American Flyer tie car, one of the HO ones. I've got an S gauge one, but I've always wanted an HO one. Then the Mahano 464, it's a Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul Pacific one. That one runs really nice. We'll get to that. And then 2 Varney tin plate passenger cars. They're all metal. Don't have any windows, but they're in good shape. Just the white stuff on them needs to be cleaned off. I don't know what exactly it is, but I can scrape it off with my finger. Then this engine, this is a Revell SW1000 or something switcher. It's very interesting. The Revell stuff is kind of neat. The old HO stuff that they made. So that one, we'll have to see if that runs. And then over here, there is one of those Rivarossi Kraus diesels, I think is what they're called. One of the really weird ones. Somebody's painted it up to look like a Union Pacific one. It would have been Southern Pacific originally, but I don't know if I'm going to repaint that or not. Probably not, but we'll have to see. And then I got an extra Rivarossi tender. I think it's a Rivarossi crane, which is kind of a neat one. It's got actual chains that move when you pull the when you twist the little cranks on the side. Then this is a Pemco 260 Southern engine. That one's very nice. I've only got one other Pemco one, and it's the Pennsylvania version of this engine. Then there is a Republic Steel little Mantua switcher. That's a really neat one. Rivarossi European style tank car. It's got the regular horn hook couplers on it though. A Model Power General Electric box car. I've been looking for one of those. Then a Bachmann consolidation. I've got another one of these, so if this one doesn't run, I can always use this one for parts, because the one I've got is missing a lot of cosmetic parts, but it runs really nicely. Like, it's missing the boiler front and the front cow catcher and the pistons and the cab roof. So that one, and I got a tender for it. And then, I don't know if I showed this, this is one of those Bachmann track maintenance vehicles. Very unusual thing. Always kind of wanted to see how they worked. Probably not the best quality things, but they're really interesting to look at. Then there is I believe this is a Varney. It doesn't say on the bottom. It's one of the old all cast metal ones. Whole thing is metal. It's very heavy. It's a Milwaukee Road one, Alco FA1. So just like the model, or the Mahano N-Scout one. And then we get on to some more interesting things. So this is a unknown maker brass 280, so there's no motor in it, and on the other side it needs one of the screws for the drive rods, but it's got the tender and it's got the engine, and it's a very unusual thing, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. And then there is a brass 464. I don't know who makes that either. It almost looks like a Mantua drive system, but everything else about it, or everything else, is brass, like the shell and everything. But I've got a tender for it, or I've got a tender that I can use for it, so that'll be interesting. And then I'll get to my brother's stuff real quick. So I'll overview some of the freight cars, as you can see. And then there is a United Models brass steam engine. It's all taken apart, so it's pretty much a kit. So that's going to need to be put back together. There are some layout details, the scenic stuff like landscaping, trees, grass, rocks, weathering stuff. Then there's the other crane, the yellow one. There's a little Bachmann 060 switcher. That one we tested it and it does run. So we're going to have to work on that one as well. There's some more freight cars, log cars, some freight car kits, and then probably one of the most interesting things that we got, which is this. This is a brass, I don't know what these are actually called, but it's some sort of electric engine. It's got two motors, and it's half taken apart, so that's going to be a big project as well. And so far that's it for all the stuff that we've gotten today. So in the next video, I'll test all of the stuff and see what runs and what doesn't. I have a pretty good guess on what's going to run and what isn't, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you next time.